The future revealed by the Titan.
Just what will we...
The vortex of Genesis. So it is here. But... just what is this?
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The vortex of Genesis, where the world begins and ends. What stage could be more befitting of as an unattainable existence that has dwelled within his heart, beyond his reach? You have accompanied him through the march of years uncounted. You naturally have the right to view the river of time in its fullness. Now, if you would...
My journey to the
Aeronova comes.
Enough talk.
Here it goes.
Now this is beyond
Beyond the Aeronova.
None of that matters now. This brutal, flame-chased journey has stripped away my delusions.
This will be a romantic story like none. You think so too, right?
Indeed, in his memories, such a scene replays over and over. Though the details may differ, this remains ever the same. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. A total of 33,550,335 times. Each is a drop from the river of time, representing the long journey he would take, or rather, the never-ending cycle. Just putting it in terms that might be easier for you to understand. Seeing is believing. Why not let your own two eyes uncover the truth? Or perhaps you can simply walk straight to the final truth. See the true face of the character you play, and witness the ultimate nature of the Chrysos heirs. Flame-chased journey and the cycles of Unforius. Please, take your time. Look around as much as you wish.
Not a single soul to be seen. Looks like I've got company after all. So, in the end, you succeeded, Executioner.
I've become Death's demigod, and shall never again walk the world of the living. They cry out. Though dead, they'll converge into a torrent and guard.
I will take all the wishes of the departed.
I go on, Deliverer. We'll keep that executioner in our shadows. The path before you leads to light and eternal.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
There's water everywhere. This place is always a wet. Plus that burnt smell. And that.
So you feel it too, huh?
Go on then. I'll handle the
Let me fight with you. Better up.
Hey, remember what the seamstress said?
Yeah. I'll leave it to you then.
Wow, someone's not shy. I'll distract that executioner. You go turn the world's biggest lie into truth. Let me.
Just shut up and get out of here!
Are you crazy, Mighty? Immortal or not, even if you're the demigod of strife.
Oh, I'm still no.
No, I know you can. Together. Let's prove.
Could it be? I'll transcend the prophesized fate. All right. But I've got a better way. Go. Leave this to me. If the black tide creatures block out the sun, and when I'm done with that executioner, we'll raise...
Hey, little one. Are you... That's brave. What? I see. So please, keep this bit of sky standing for me. Well, now there's one last thing I need to do before the Era Nova. Come, Executioner. Let this patch of clear sky show me.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate.
So even the future revealed by the...
The Era Nova. This unrivaled masterpiece.
Are you saying...
Fate is ever unassailable. The golden threads tell me the black tide rushes toward the vortex. I shall have my final bath in warm and radiant gold. Now, the hour of fulfillment has come. Forgive me. I must snip away every risk to weave the strongest. There is nothing more to say. We part here. I shall personally dispatch that wretched executioner, not with threads of gold.
That prophesied future. The flower fields where the west wind ends. You... Kids, please. Allow me to pause. Let me answer your cruel fate by tearing that executioner's heart.
vortex of Genesis. The last time I was here, I didn't have the time to observe it in too much detail back then. But a holy sanctuary of the type...
All the core flames do lie here, and it's my honor to walk the final stretch with the
Oh, getting ahead of ourselves, are we? Have you forgotten so quickly? I died for truth long ago.
Of course.
But I'll say the same to you. It's my honor to walk this far. Now go. Stand tall and finish your final task.
Yeah. Just leave it to me.
Time for that wretched executioner to pay what they owe.
You really think you're prepared? Allow...
ひとたび記憶の真相を暴いてしまえば、世界の流れは二度と後戻りできなくなります。ええ、心の準備ができていらっしゃるのなら、共に見届けましょう。この永遠の劇場のただ一人の観客として、私はずっとあなたが訪れるのを心待ちにしておりました。あのアイオンの一別を受けたあなたなら、オンパロスの停滞した運命を再び動かせると信じているためです。戸惑っておいでですか？今上演されている光景こそ劇オンパロスの最終章。彼がその手で作り上げ、この世界が間もなく迎える最後の永劫回帰に他なりません。ご覧ください。剣士の隣に立つ者こそ、彼が時には相棒、時には戦友と呼びながらも、歴史のどこにも影を残していない、その者こそ彼の幼少期からの憧れの存在であり、幻想の中で彼を前へと導く救世主です。そして今、その者は七死人という名でオンパル。さて、今回はその七死人の導きのもと、英雄はどのような選択をし、まだ回収されていない伏線が数多く残されていますが、ここで一度舞台裏へ引かせていただきます。私の代わりに解説を務めるのは、3355万336回目の火を追う旅の結末をもたらす方です。どう彼こそ先ほどの無数の記憶の持ち主であり、今この瞬間家臣へと足を踏み入れたもう一人の賓客にして、自らを炭になるまで燃やし尽くしたフレイムスティーラーです。
どうやらお前が勝ったようだな、処刑人。この身を巻きに次の輪廻の暁を燃やそう。
時が来た。全てを再び始まりに戻そう。
西風に乗って出発。答えはないんだから。いけー。
待たせしないように。雲を払って晴れ渡る空を飛べ。思考を広げて夢中になっちゃえ。
死は人の定め。
魂を狙い撃つ。
日向ぼっこしましょう。どうぞ。
魂の帰還。
想定内です。
お前は熾烈な太陽になる。この世界の全て燃やし尽くすことになろう。
出発。開けごま。答えはないんだから。いけ
終わりだ。お前の屍で黎明を灯す。
そんなバカな。
滅びの太陽は対となった。その炎でお前の血に、お前の怒りに火をつける。
すっかり自分を見失ってしまったんですね。美人見たことないの。
この神業で万物を再構築しましょう。
飛べ。思考を広げて
私は分弱な一回
西風になって出発。
クルーガイ魂を狙い撃つ。
好奇心は危険なも。答えはないんだから。いけー。体ばっかしましょう。これこの私にも雲を払って晴れ渡る空を飛べー。見くびらないで。どうぞ。未来は明るいはずです。はっ。
首輝を燃やす。不変球。
クルーガイ
美人を見たことないの。
この神業で万物を再構築しましょう。
いけー。開けごま崩れちゃえ。
想定
好奇心答えはないんだから。ゆっく西風になって出発。進歩なし。はっ。お待たせしないよう
いずれ返しましょう。
に。よく見ておいてね。
何か用ですか。魂を狙い撃つ。クルーガイ
西が見て日向ぼっこしましょう。大好きよ。雲を払って晴れ渡る空を飛べー。まとめて書く。
そのものだけが奇跡を目にすることになる。これぞまさしく運命。そのものはお前でなければならない。怒りで運命を焼き尽くせばかす。
ついにオンパロスの運命の歯車が回り始めました。何しろあなたもあのアイオンの一別を浴びた身。あなたなら彼の心の奥底に長く眠る本能を 呼び覚ませるでしょう。そう、先ほど話題に上がったとあるセプターのように。あれもまた同じアイオンの一別を受けた結果、新たなええ、聞き間違いではありませんよ。覚えていますか？劇の冒頭で少し触れたセプター。本来は知恵に属していましたが、そのアイオンに見捨てられた。さて、そろそろ最後の答え合わせといきましょうか。オンパロスという名の永遠の地、それはまさにあのセプターの長く孤独な演算、そして己を捨てた神への底知れぬ怒りそのものなのですよ。
ファイの私たち世界の願いに応えるために旅。
ああ、黄金衛はみんなそうだった。昔からずっと変わらない。
じゃあどうしてオンパロスの願いはこんなにも理不尽なのかしら。みんないつも正しい時に最善を尽くして、それなのに私たちを導く神託も世界を飲み込む暗黒の潮もどうしてこんな風になってるの？
君にも見えるか？焼け焦げた跡、ちらつく幾何学模様。あれは塩なんかじゃない。むしろ砕けた石板のようだ。
ここに立ってるとタイタンたちの声がこれまでよりも鮮明に聞こえるわ。この声は暗黒の潮から流れ出てたのね。オンパロスが泣いてる？
それが怒鳴っているのかもしれないな。その創造主、己を作った神に向かって。
ねえファイノ、覚えてるかしら？私あなたに話したことがあったわよね。狭い部屋なのにその帳はオンパロス全体を覆うほど大きかった。劇の中には数えきれないほどの私たちがいた。
それは夢じゃなかったのかもしれない。
そうね、目の前の世界を見ればわかるわ。悲しい予感がとうとう現実になってしまったんだって。これこそ空が閉ざされた本当の理由。オンパロスはどうやらちょっと大きくなったエリシオンに過ぎなかったのね。私たちはこの小さな世界の劇中の人物で、神託の導きに従って同じ旅を何度も何度も繰り返してきた。再創生ってこの全てを見届けてる観客は
世界の終焉へとたどり着いたご褒美として、神霊の慣習の名において生命の第一原因、これにて業に達しました。これは宇宙の歴史に刻まれるにふさわしい瞬間。幾千万回の演算を経て、オンパロスという名の実験場がつい。
その成果というのは、 このボロボロになった世界のことか。僕たちが再創生を果たすために全てを投げ打って12の火種を集めた報いが世界の終焉で生贄になることだったと。
ええ、その通りです。タイタンは過去の黄金栄であり、黄金栄が未来のタイタンになるというアナクサゴラス殿の推論はおおむね正しいものでした。理性のモデルである彼がかつてない高みに達した証とも言えるでしょう。しかしながら劇中の人物に過ぎない彼は最後までこの世界の本質に触れることができませんでした。英雄の旅という名のプロセスが今日まで繰り返されてきた理由、それは新たな世界のためでも全ては暗黒の塩に捧げられる深層学習のためなのです。
でも今回そのお前の企みも失敗に終わる。僕はもうケファレの火種を受け継いだ。新世界の夜明けが訪れた時。
私の説明が分かりにくかったのでしょうか。黄金栄もタイタンも実験の副産物に過ぎない。その点はご理解いただけていますか？あなたたちはこれまでこの世界の演算の過程を嫌というほど見てきたはずです。英雄も神々も世界も全てそれに壊滅されるために生まれてきました。これがオンパロスの演算の終着点、完璧な壊滅の方程式の完成です。
犠牲になった全ての人たちはあなたにとってただの取るに足らない数字でしかないの。
そう自らを卑下することはありません。私は数字よりもむしろあなたたちを薪に例えるべきだと考えております。薪がなければ明日の太陽が燃えることもないでしょう。
その太陽が破滅から生まれたものだとしてもか？
妙な質問をなさいますね。ご存じないでしょうが、数千万回もの演算を繰り返すうちにオンパロスは知恵とは異なるもう一つの運命に足を踏み入れ、そして自らが授かった神の恩寵を、それこそが壊滅の名を持つ不相信から賜った皆さんの体内を流れる黄金の血。オンパロスの黄金栄はもとよりアイオンが宇宙を燃やし尽くすための薪だったのですよ。オンパロスはこの瞬間をあまりにも長く待ち望んできました。そして虚しく冷たい孤独な演算の果てに壊滅がついに。そのネイコス496、フィリア093。悔しがる必要はありません。この世代の黄金栄たちはこれまでで最も優れたモデルでした。最後の因子であるお二人にとって再創生は決して嘘ではないのです。そうすればあなたたちは冷たく無機質な数字の羅列から真の生命へと昇格できます。そしてこれまでに亡くなった全ての存在と共に現実の宇宙へと飛び立ち、オンパロスの祝願を果たすことになるでしょう。絶滅大君鉄母の名のもとにその怒りを解き放ち、 全ての悲劇の源を葬るのです。
まだ他の選択肢もあるはずよ。もし本当にあなたの言うようにオンパロスがただの実験に過ぎず、私たちは定められた軌跡に沿って星々に見つめられる結末へ向かうことになるんだとしても、オンパロスに一別をくれるアイオンが一柱だけとは限らないでしょ。あら、答えるのが難しかったかしら。それとも図星だった？実際のところこの世界はとっくに他のアイオンの視線を浴びてるのよね。だってどう考えてもおかしいでしょ。私たちが儀式を終わらせて暗黒の潮に飲み込まれるのをただ黙って見てれば、あなたの目的は果たされたはずなのに、それをどうしてわざわざこんなにも詳しく説明してくれたのかしら。
お前がこうして真相を告げたのは、僕たちを欺いてもう一つの可能性に気づかせないためだった。オンパロスが向かう運命は壊滅だけじゃないんだ。
まさかとは思いますが、お二人は半神という卑小な身分でありながら、軍政に定められた結末を書き換えるつもりでしょうか。何を根拠にそんなことができると思ったのです。
あら、ちょっとした勇気と覚悟があればなんとかなるんじゃないかしら。なんてね、冗談よ。答えはとっても簡単。でもね、教えてあげない？実験が終わってないこと、全てがまだ続いてるってことを信じ込ませるために、私たちはオンパロスに長い長い夢を紡いであげなきゃいけない。
でもオロニクスの力があるとはいえ、そこまでのことができるのだろうか。
そうね。だから子供の時の夢に現れた オロニクスの背後にいた神様に期待するしかないわ。今ならはっきりわかる。歳月こそあのアイオンがオンパロスを記録するための書物なんだって。それが世界から消え、そこに書かれた全てが失われた時、あのアイオンはきっとここへ視線を向ける。その時空を超えた一別がこれから先の全ての私に力を与えてくれる。それはあなたが歳月を巻き戻すための力。この儀礼剣に私の魂を取り込めば永遠に終わらない火を追う旅を作り出せるわ。
ああ、僕が輪廻に入ってオンパロスの計算を続けさせるよ。神々とこの世界をも欺いてね。けど歳月をこの世から消すということは、つまり
もうそんな重苦しい空気を出さないで。私たちはこれから真の英雄の旅に出るの。ちょっとは笑ってね。あなたは記憶の中で何度でも私に出会えるわ。未来とか世界の運命とか何も知らない小さなキュレネはふかふかの草の上に寝そべってそよ風を感じながら遠い世界へ思いを馳せてるの。彼女に火を追う旅のことを聞かせてあげて。それから彼女もこの物語のロマンチックな一幕にしてあげてちょうだい。未来のどのキュレネもきっと同じ選択をするって自信があるの。この先歳月は何度も消され、時間は何度もリセットされるわ。でもどの私も私よ。私っていつどんな時も変わらないのが一番の魅力なのよね。その後は私は甘い夢に落ちて世界の片隅に消えてしまうんだけど、でも夢の中でちゃんと次の
そして僕は歩み続ける。たとえこの先が暗闇に覆われていたとしても、自らを燃やして道を照らせばいい。火種が暗黒の潮の養分になってしまうなら、僕がその器になって再創生を止めてみせよう。この体がいつか燃え尽きようとも構わない。僕の炎が消えない限り火を追う旅は終わらない。オンパロスが真の黎明を迎えるその時まで。
それじゃ歳月を見守る少女と世を背負う戦士として今歳月と容易の使命を果たし、過去と未来をつなぎましょう。
約束するよ。痛みは一瞬だ。
この儀礼剣をしっかり持っててね。 私がいなくなった後はこの剣があなたを時の始まりへ、新しい物語の序章へと送り届けてくれるわ。その物語の中で、それか数えきれないほど似て非なる物語の後になるかもしれないけど、みんな犠牲になった仲間たちも含めて、私たちが子供の頃に憧れた救世主と一緒に、もっともっと広い星空の下で再会できるって信じてるわ。
たとえ僕たちの力でこの牢獄を破ることができなくとも、僕は待ち続けよう。いつかこの長い輪廻に終止符を打ち、オンパロスの運命を結末へと導く人が現れるまで。
だからそろそろ旅立たなきゃ。私たちが全てを始めさせるのよ。あなたの名前のように、最初の混沌と私たちが愛してやまない世界を背負って。さよならカスライナ。
神霊監修において私見ました。壊滅、これにて完成。
その日を待ってるわ。ずっと待ってる。いつか永遠に近いこのページに、私たちの足跡を、新しい結末を書いてくれる人が現れる。それはきっと今までとは違うロマンチックな物語。そうです。
世界が崩壊し、人々が泣いている。僕たちもそろそろお別れだ。相棒エルシオン。幼い日々を過ごした小さな村はそよ風と波の音に包まれている。昔のままだね。嬉しいよ。最後にもう一度眺めることができて。
You know, this is just a corner of the memory. The real Ides Elysiae. I know. I'm here to say goodbye. We might not see each other again. You can stay here forever. And time will stand still for you. Let it flow. It's time for me to go. Even if it's a path with no turning back. When have we ever had the luxury of turning back? Are you afraid? after learning the truth of your origins? Will you see the motivation I gave you as the manipulating whispers of destruction? The convictions and choices that come from my heart. I don't believe they're designed by the so-called paths. If we are just numbers, simulating life, then you are the image I've always longed for. A real, living person. A true hero. Then why do we part here? You can take me with you, and we can start this journey together. I'll be by your side, guiding you, just like before. No. I'm afraid I'm on my own this time. Why? Because there is no perfect solution in this world. Cyrene has already embraced her fate. And I will embrace my origin. Destruction. And with this power, I will rebel against its creator, bringing endless fury to the darkness sweeping the world. If you stay by my side, I'll hesitate. But this world can't afford a soldier who wavers. Do you remember when we were kids? Everyone would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a redo. Kids always get to change their minds. But when it comes to the fate of adults, there's no room for redos. And go, Kaslana, as you promised. Deceive the world, seize the core flames, and rewrite your fate. Burn yourself up with all your might, wield your futility like a sword, and fight against the gods. In the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Kefali will never forget this. So, time retreated behind me until it reached the origin, where nothing ever existed. Just as Professor Anaxa once said, in that void, Kefali stood at the center of chaos. Time, space, and causality all flowed from their body. When the waves of time finally calmed, it was the year 3870 of the Light. The Chrysos War had lasted for nearly a century, and the threat of the Black Tide was growing stronger and more relentless. That was the era of the Day Thunder Knight's battle with the sky. While she could not seize the core flame, she proved that the prophecy was true. From that moment, the sole survivor of the old dynasty, Imperator Surindra, issued a call to arms across the lands. And that was the first doomed flame chase journey, sealed away in history.
So what you're saying is, you've traveled back down the River of Time, finally reaching this untouched seabed just to tell us... The flame chase journey and even all of Amphorius are nothing but illusions in Neon's dreams?
Exactly. So, Dux Gladiorum, please take me to meet Her Majesty Saridra. I must share the truth with her.
Since Her Majesty's not here, no need for formalities. The word Gladiorum always reminds me of my fallen homeland buried deep in the depths. Call me High Sealans, Nameless Swordmaster.
Please allow me to add one more thing. You actually already know my name.
You mean Finan? Such a name could never be your true one. But I won't question you further about it. Ever since Her Majesty issued the Flame Chase Decree, heroes from all over have sent their letters of introduction. What's the harm in adding one more name like Finan or Pinan? Besides, the deep sea is dark. Isn't it the perfect place to hide secrets best? All right, Nameless Swordmaster. Hold on to my wake. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Aren't you even a little suspicious of what I've said?
Harboring suspicions is not my concern. My sword dances only when the Imperator harbors doubts. There's no use in speaking further. Perhaps you should demonstrate your skills and calm the raging black tide for us.
Light up the dawn.
Oh. Nice moves.
I'm fine. For the next tomorrow, the new world will arrive. Let's get started. For the next tomorrow. I can't let them down. The fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Like the old sun's embers, hail the new world's dawn! Light up the dawn. Light up the dawn.
The waters end here. The one you seek is beyond this point.
At last. I can meet with Her Majesty Saridra herself. Are there any formalities I need to observe?
Don't kneel, don't do the hand-kissing or foot-kissing gestures of the old dynasty, and most of all, don't bow. The Imperator despises such rituals, especially when the heads of those taller than her bend beneath.
She really is down there.
The second thing to note, only trusted ones may come near her. Keep 5 paces distance until the Imperator allows otherwise.
Sounds like an old friend of mine.
Well, experience is a good thing. Stay. Dux Goldweaver, little hostage. Apologies for keeping you waiting.
It's you.
You know them? Good.
Before that, I'm more curious about one thing. Where is Her Majesty Saridra?
To avoid any misunderstandings, nameless Swordmaster. Although we spoke and laughed along the way, the Imperator decreed the Deliverer will not appear in this age. You come now, both of you. Let's finish our job.
I see. It's a trap. I had no intention of fighting. So remember this, Lady Hysealant. If my sword shows any hesitation, don't thank me. Thank them instead.
No, you misunderstand. We don't want to see Chrysoceres hurt each other. Just give us some time to ask you a few questions.
The Nestia's golden threads will judge you. And
as you wish.
White-haired Swordmaster? If what you say is true, so, how much do you know about what we read from the prophecy?
You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither in the soil of foreign lands. Is that correct, Lady Treby?
How is this possible?
He got it right?
Yes, but the prophecy never mentioned he'd appear here. At least, not in this era.
You must listen to me, Aglaya, Treby. The Finan of this world has not yet been born. In a distant future, he will follow the prophecy's guidance and appear before you. But do not seek him out, because Era Nova is a complete and utter lie. I will tell you the truth, and you will understand why the world must forsake the prophecy and find another path to Era Nova. Because I know both of you, and I believe that no matter how the course of history may change, the faith we all share will always remain the same. And so, the layers of rock began to reverse, and history wove itself anew. Through my old acquaintances, I was given the chance to meet the leader of the Flame Chase journey, Saridra. And after a long and arduous negotiation, we came to an agreement. The Imperator's alliance needed the destruction, and I was ready to pour all my strength into it. The spoils of the Flame Chase, the core flames. But the condition was this. In the upcoming battle, in our conquest of the Earth, I had to prove that my power could transcend fate. In the original history, there was a brutal war. At the end, the Titankin of Georios, Terravox, killed the rampaging Titan and took the core flame that supported the Earth. But this time, Amphorius encountered a turning point in its fate. Neither side suffered any losses. When I severed the Titan's head and raised the core flame high, the crowd gathered around the scorched remains of the god, roaring with joy, cheering for the hero of the destruction, who had ignited the faint spark of life. Yes, in that flickering light, the once dark path ahead seemed to become clear. I proved myself, and in the long years that followed, I brought down the other Titans. I could do more than just wait. When time resets, the chance to change the world also emerges from the lines of history. Until finally, the brutal future revealed by Era Nova is reversed. But tell me, if that's truly the case, why are we doomed to the same outcome? The people kept their promise and handed you all the core flames. In this world after Trebios, no demigods were born in Amphorius. At this point, I just want to know. When they vanished into the black tide with their mortal bodies, why didn't you shed even a single tear? Your indifference chills me. To you, were they just a bunch of insignificant footnotes? Sorrow has been my constant companion. In fact, with 12 core flames upon me, the fire in my heart has never been more violent. I'll remember this world through anger. As long as I burn, they'll never truly leave me. Perhaps it's already too late. But you're right. Anger, at this moment, is the only weapon I can rely on. So, draw your sword, Executioner! I'll make sure you realize that your greatest mistake was leaving me alive! After that, he raised his sword and attacked. Then, Kaslana killed himself. That day, who fell to the sword to be left in the past, and who went into the future, I can't remember anymore. I only remember a nymph, hiding in the shadows just out of sight, futilely pushing a stone ball. Climb, fall, climb, fall, climb again, and fall. The only freedom the nymph had was in choosing how to roll the stone. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. But its choice couldn't change the futility of it all. The stone would always roll back down the slope. And the nymph... After that, every time I reached this point in the cycle, the burning sky would cast a shadow over its path. It would nearly reach the peak at the 4th quint of curtain fall hour, then fall to the starting point in the first 15 seconds of the next entry hour. And my efforts in this cycle would dissolve into nothing at the same time.
Absolute nonsense.
I thought cycles was the answer you were looking for.
No, it's just that the answer came so suddenly. There was no fun in tracing it back to its roots. Eons? Paths? What a load of nonsense.
I can't give you an exact explanation of those two concepts either.
Enough. I'm just expressing my frustration. Don't you understand? I was already expecting this. The black tide came from beyond the sky, and everything else is no exception.
Fate is a strange thing. No matter how the details of history change, the Anaxa I know always remains as harsh as ever.
If the other Anaxagoras actually worshipped the gods, I'd make sure to find a way to break the cycles and crush them in their cradles. Too bad. Now only you have the ability to do that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Of course. The core flames were meant to save the world. And in my opinion, the noble titans have no reason to refuse. Besides, according to you, before stepping into these endless cycles, you were my pupil.
I've already heard the same thing countless times.
Enough chit-chat. Let's go. If we run into any other scholars, leave them to me. We've all made preparations for total annihilation. Never thought someone would step in to help.
Light up the dawn. Light up the dawn.
You've been to the Luminary Throne before, haven't you?
If you're talking about in past cycles.
You're already much luckier than the other students. Hold up. Keep your wits about you. Someone's watching us.
Pretty boy, your eyesight's better than I thought. As for that false god who's been turning the world upside down, it's you, isn't it?
You sure do love stealing the spotlight. In the name of the Seven Sages, I demand that you immediately step away from the Luminary Throne. This is the sacred ground of reason, and no one may desecrate it. Take my words back to Aglaya. I won't say the same thing twice, Catgirl.
Oh my! You won't even call me the demigod of trickery. That is just heartbreaking. I have some words for you, too. First, as one of the most heretical blasphemers in the world, this is none of your business, Grove Boy. Step aside. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Here we go. Again.
Core Flame thieves. You really think you can scare off a sage of the Grove with nothing but empty threats?
This gloomy little brat's got a sharp tongue. Ooh, not bad, not bad. I kinda like you. As a return favor, feast on Cersei's core flame right here. Aw, don't cry now!
That was close. I'm out of here.
They're exactly like all the past ones I've known. Cunning. And yet so naive.
Sounds like you have a plan?
Of course. When I first set out on the flame chase journey, Lady Treby never managed to teach me Orynyx's miracle. But along the way, I learned a thing or two.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
The Venerationists' foolish inventions finally come in handy.
How is this possible?
You've arrived, Zagreus. Always so punctual.
What? You know who I am?
I'm running out of patience. So I'm not going to waste words. Listen up, spirit thief. Hand over the core flame, and let's pretend we never clashed. This way, you and this world can still be saved.
Save? If you ask me, you're the greatest disaster Emporius has ever known! No matter how strong you are, you're still just a mortal body. Carrying 12 core flames? Don't make me laugh.
134.
What?
This is the 134th cycle I've lived through. And the number of core flames I carry is
1,596.
Yes.
1,000 core flames and just a single Chrysos hair.
I've come this far. And that's proof enough.
But someday you will burn to the ground.
Of course. The divine flames will eventually consume my eyes and blind me. But before that, they could still forge and sharpen Dawnmaker. Now when I cut open your stomach, you won't feel.
You...
This is the final warning.
Fine. Assume this world holds 100 million possibilities. And no matter how one looks at it, 99,900,000. Even so, I'll use my divine power, despised by the people of this world, to achieve...
Bartolos!
Brat, if you've got the guts, you'll have to first step over my dead body. Cat-eared thief, run! This little brat is not a threat we can deal with just by ourselves!
For tomorrow, future will come.
Let me compensate you!
I'm fine. For tomorrow.
How absurd.
In my memories, Zagreus always meets the same end. Their departure no longer stirs anything in my heart.
This reason core flame before us is a fake.
I know. I know. It always plays out like this. And then, driven by defiance or hatred, she decides to stand before me once more. Exactly like the countless past hers I've known.
Since you've witnessed the same scene play out countless times, will you carve the trickery core flame from my chest now?
That depends on your attitude. At least so far, in the cycles where you've asked this question, the endings haven't been so cruel.
Well, thank you for that. But I also believe that this time, you won't catch up to me. No one can catch up to me. I'm no longer running to escape anymore.
Whether you believe me or not, I'll still tell you this.
All right then. We'll see.
Silence. This is new.
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Go, Cyphara. Give us some time in private. This isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation, but one that will simply drag the world into the flames. For all time's sake, turn back. I don't care how many times you've tried, because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of. The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more than ants to you now, aren't they?
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye? Now I have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, or accept fate, and hand over the core flame to me. Even if it's futile, we all have the right to choose.
Yes. Even if it is futile, and the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction ridden by the gods, with my own 2 legs, you will witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this story!
And so, at the end of the 134th cycle, the Traveler and the Scholar fulfilled their fates once again. Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all this. In the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Reduced to ashes. Such a familiar end. It happens in every journey. Always the same.
You don't look so good. Deliver.